IIN profoundly changed me as a person, and it completely changed my confidence and my impact on the world because it was a community that I'd been searching for that I didn't even know I needed. I found IIN because I had a health coach. In my, I would say, mid to late 20s, I broke out in acne, and this woman helped it clear up in ways that even prescriptions couldn't make go away because it was a primary food issue, and she knew that. And then years later, when I was wanting a plan B in my own life, I contacted her and I was like, what was that amazing school that you went to? And she told me, and I enrolled right away. I knew I wanted to be a health coach for my own personal transformation, like what had happened to me. Before becoming a health coach, I was sick all the time. I was angry a lot. I had chronic mood swings. I had really no control over like what I was eating. I thought I would be eating the right things, but I didn't really know. Struggled with insomnia, struggled with GI issues, relationship issues, and no real clarity. I just kept having these struggles, but no real clarity about what to do to make it any better. I think that experience of really being heard and really being taken care of really informs my experience of being a health coach. There is this paradigm that exists right now of too much of this TMI thing, of too much information, and I bump up against it so much myself. I know that I have the most success where I'm not trying to fit into that, and I'm really speaking from my heart and really saying what's true and real. It requires so much courage and so much vulnerability because it really exposes us to being criticized or judged, people thinking like, oh, that was like way too much information. But the more I courageously share what's really true and really real, sure, it does attract people who, for them, it might make them uncomfortable or it might be too much for them. But other people are like, oh my gosh, thank you so much for saying that. This is how I connect. I think, to be honest with you, I think what initially inspired me to share it was a need to be seen and heard because I haven't really had that experience in my life, like kind of from my upbringing. And then the more I really sat with that, I wanted to make it less about me and I wanted to make it more about people. I think as I've matured and as I've been coaching more, I really have stepped back from sharing about me to be in the spotlight and really more to help people feel less alone. It's challenging to share without feeling like you have to be perfect. I actually think working through perfectionism has to be a journey. I think that it has to be something that you have to consciously become more conscious that you're actually doing that and you're actually trying to be perfect. I went through a phase where I was doing it, but I didn't know I was doing it until someone called me on it. And I was like, ooh, that was really uncomfortable. And then from that moment on, it was like, well, I can't keep perpetuating that. So I think first, to overcome perfectionism, you have to really identify and acknowledge that you're doing it, and then consciously try to not do it and realize that there is no perfect way to be. And when we try to be perfect, it actually makes other people, and this is my opinion, I'm not saying it's the truth, but I think sometimes the more we try to be perfect, it actually makes people feel less comfortable around us. Instead of being impressed by us, they're actually like, oh, I can feel that vibe, or it feels kind of weird, or now I feel like I have to be perfect because you are. So I think when we can just relax and be authentic and vulnerable and just real, it actually works better than trying to be perfect. I mean, you still want to look nice and you still want to be professional, but I think we can do that and not have to be perfect, not have to be a perfect weight or a perfect anything. Our skin doesn't have to be perfect or whatever. It just, people can relate to imperfection better than perfection. IIN profoundly changed me as a person, and it completely changed my confidence and my impact on the world because it was a community that I'd been searching for that I didn't even know I needed. And to feel seen and celebrated and supported for almost a decade of my life was incredibly healing and transformative for me to be surrounded by like-minded people, peers, colleagues, and then to be able to be put in a position where I can help other people do the same thing as a coach and as ambassador, to feel not only like on the receiving end of transformation where I was given what I need to help evolve, to evolve, but then to become that change agent for other people and to really watch the power of the ripple effect. The confidence that comes from seeing your impact and your self-actualization in the world it's profound. I mean, that's what all humans really aspire to, is to become what you really are here for. And IIN did that for me in a way that no other career or no other job has really done. And so I just have a lot of thanks.
Hi, I'm Wendy. I work on the education team here at IIN. I hope you enjoyed the video you just watched. Comment below and tell us what you thought. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and like us on Instagram.